Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching the Political Vigilante. Great way to support the show is go to patreon.com/Graham Elwood. One of our tiers is the submitted article tier. This has been submitted by Crafty Geek, who's been supporting the show for quite some time. World faces COVID-19 vaccine apartheid. Even countries that hosted vaccine trials like Argentina, South Africa, Brazil, and Turkey will not receive adequate supplies. Now, this was in The Intercept, which this article is pretty good. The Intercept still does some good work every once in a while, but they become way more neoliberal. And then they, get part of the Democratic bullshit, thwart Medicare for all thing. And they went after Jimmy. So they can kind of go fuck themselves. But this is a good article to talk about. And I'm glad that it was submitted. Because what this article is going to go into is showing how, and sadly, this has been happening for a long time. So Pfizer and other companies have tested the COVID-19 vaccine on people in like Brazil and these countries that are listed here: Africa, South Africa, Argentina, Turkey. But then they don't get the vaccine first. And I'm going to go into it. But yeah, we can test people in these. There's less regulation. It's cheaper. So they literally use poor people as guinea pigs. Isn't for-profit healthcare amazing? We treat people as less than just for money. Wow. In the middle of a pandemic. Yep. This is how we operate. This is how evil capitalism is. Pfizer CEO Albert Bourla recently heaped praise on the almost 44,000 people who selflessly raised their hands to participate in our trial in those countries I just listed: South Africa, Brazil, Argentina, Turkey. 44,000 people helped with the trials. I will edit that out. They help with these trials, and then that means they'll get the vaccine first. No, good luck. Meanwhile, rich dicks, the United States and Germany, along with Canada and the rest of the rich dick union, have contracted for enough doses of various COVID-19 vaccines to inoculate their population several times over. Wow, it's good to see good old-fashioned European colonialism still at play. When they came to these countries and conquered the indigenous people and tested stuff on them and spread diseases that wiped them out. This is just the modern version of this. We'll test you with our vaccine because if anyone gets sick or dies or has some kind of adverse reaction, there's no lawsuits. And then you won't even, so we're going to treat you as less than. All the rich countries get it first. We test it on the poor countries, give it to the rich countries. Oh, gotta love these pharmaceutical companies. They're our heroes. The U.S. pre-purchased 100 million doses of the Pfizer vaccine for $1.95 billion in the summer and reportedly passed on the opportunity to secure another 100 million doses. That was another clusterfuck by dumb fuck Trump. Trump is an idiot. I'm glad he's gone. Biden is not much better. He's a worthless piece of shit. Our two-party system sucks. Just so we got that out of the way. They both suck. Thank you. On the same day that sent this open letter, Bourla, whose net worth is estimated more than $26 million, sold more than $5 million worth of his shares of Pfizer stock. So while people are dying, he's profiting. But I'm sure he's going to use that profit to give it to charity, right? Yeah. He'll write some check for $100,000 or something like that. He's not going to give the whole $5 million. He's already worth $26 million. Now he's going to add another $5 million to profit during a pandemic. Remember now, insulin, polio vaccines were free. The scientists that came up with them gave the patents out for free because it was better for society. Today, we stick it to people, CEOs profit. You can't get a $2,000 check, by the way, but this cocksucker just got $5 million. Awesome. Pfizer already made an estimated $975 million from the vaccine this year and is expected to earn another $19 billion in revenue from the vaccine in 2021. Yes, we need a vaccine. Yes, it needs to happen. Okay, these companies should be able to profit a little bit, but really what they should be doing is giving out as much of it as they can for nothing or next to nothing. Not making record profits. People are starving. People are dying. People are facing eviction, and they're profiting. Just so we're all clear. In developing countries, you find people who don't have medical care and are desperate for medical attention. Oh, exploiting desperate people. And will grasp at the straws of medical research, said Harriet Washington, a medical ethicist and author. Go test it on the poor people, man. Then what are they going to do? And if they get sick, they can't sue us. You know that those words were said in a boardroom with these idiots. You know it. These companies are awful. And by the way, the reason we don't have free healthcare in America, they have it in all these other European. They've had it in Europe for 70 to 80 years. Because they just wouldn't have as much a profit. A relative lack of oversight and lower operating costs are some of the reasons that pharmaceutical companies do the majority of their research in less affluent countries. Hey, less oversight. There are inherent inequities that are repeated in every epidemic, said Washington. It is a consistent pattern. You'll see it go as far back as you want to go. How awful is this? Like, is this the country in the world that we want to live in? Stick it to poor people. Test something on them. Who cares if they die because they got no legal recourse? There's nothing they can do. Let's make sure it's tested on them and then we'll give it to the nice rich people. Test it on mainly people of color. Give it to countries that are predominantly white. Gilead, which holds the patent on the hepatitis C drug, Sofosbuvir, has provided a clear and tragic illustration of how deadly the dynamic can be. Only about 1 in 7 people who needed the company's life-saving drug in Brazil had received it as of June 2019. But they tested it on the Brazilian people. It's a life-saving drug, but only 1 in 7 people in Brazil get it. Oh, Brazil people, there's a lot of people in Brazil are poor, so we can't make money off of it. That's obviously what they said. That's their business model. Money, 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 profit, profit, profit. Medicine used to be about what's good for the people, what's good for society, what's good for the country, what's good for the world. So now it's just like monsters. These are just for-profit monsters. Are they worse than Mengele, those Nazis? I mean, it seems like it. The international vaccine distribution effort is hindered by the global power and wealth imbalance. The inequities are easy to address, she said. You simply treat people in the developing world the same way you treat everyone else. What? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Easy there, Susie Socialist. We can't treat everybody equally. Because that sounds like something like, I don't know, maybe Jesus would do, Muhammad would do, Buddha would do. I don't know. Gandhi? I don't know. Seems a little Soviet to me, helping everybody out. What do you got, a good heart? What are you, a decent person? What do you have, a soul? Wouldn't it be great if we lived in a country that actually lived by this mantra? We don't. We stick it to poor people all over the world through this stuff, through bombing them, through sanctions. Poor people in this country, you live on the street, you don't succeed. It's not like, oh, wow, America has failed. It's like, oh, you failed at capitalism. You didn't pull yourself up by your bootstraps. That's why you live in the street. Really? We're facing 30 million evictions. They're coming. They're coming. But Pfizer's going to make $19 billion in profits. Let's hope we get the vaccine. Are we going to have to pay for it? So if you can't afford the vaccine, how do you get it? You simply, I hope you can hear this, ruling class folks, and neoliberals who get in the way of lefties who want this. Liberals claim to want this, but then they always stand in the way of us lefties who are trying to accomplish this. Conservatives are just like, I don't care about anyone else. I'm a selfish, greedy asshole. And yet they claim to be Christians. You simply treat people in the developing world the same way you treat everyone else. And we could apply that to America. You treat people living in tent cities the way you treat everybody else, with dignity and compassion, and try to help them. Thanks for watching the show. Like, share, subscribe, support what we do. Ooh. It's hard to make the world a better place when there's a bunch of greedy assholes in charge, and then a bunch of people who've been so propagandized, they literally support greedy corporations. They won't force the vote for Medicare for all, which would save lives. They don't demand that the vaccine is free to everyone in the world to save lives. Money, money, money. I'll keep talking about it. Thanks for watching. Follow the money. Connect the dots. Find the truth. Boom. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please hit the like button, the subscribe button. Go to patreon.com/Graham Elwood and rockfin.com/Graham Elwood, where you can support the show. Also, I have a Bitcoin wallet, a Bitcoin Cash wallet, and an Ethereum wallet in the show notes. We're taking cryptocurrency. I have a Coinbase affiliation link. We're going to be getting on some other exchanges. So that's how you support the show. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. YouTube is unsubscribing us at an alarming rate. I have a PayPal button at GrahamElwood.com. I even have a Venmo at Graham-Elwood. There's a lot of ways to support our show. We are getting crushed by YouTube. We've dipped under 73,000 subscribers because of YouTube. Thanks for supporting what we do.